It's just too much. It's too much stuff. It's absolutely too much stuff. We got way too many things lately, and I'm struggling to know what to do with any of this stuff. The biggest blessing, as we've said before, is being a collector and being able to resell, but a little bit of the curse is we do the method of buy a lot of things so you can keep the things you want when you buy big lots and sell off the rest. But when you buy stuff because you're like, oh, I want this copy of Cookie and Cream, which, by the way, actually, isn't this kind of a pricey game? You know, Capcom Classics Collection, but people are like, hey, I'm only selling it as a bundle. So you're like, I'll do it. Cool, it's great. It's the best way to collect for cheap, but you can't always move stuff super quick. So sometimes you're left with a room that looks like this. Oh God, and you're like, I want to have this. I actually built this place to specifically be like my editing room, my clean room. So when this happens, this is full of inventory as well too. You're like, no, I don't want this. This wasn't my plan. So again, by the way, I have other game rooms, as I've said, where I keep other stuff. But I thought today, because I walked in here, I was like, oh my gosh, look at this. It would be my excuse to show you guys some of my stuff in a little bit more detail. Some of the stuff that I feel like I kind of had to graze over. Again, the point of this channel is to show you really cool stuff that you don't always get to see, but you get to see it in a little better detail than when our show is out on the hunt in the wild, just going, boom, 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 gotta pick. Okay, let's stop making noises now and show you guys one of my favorite things that I recently got from Mr. Remix Penix himself. Caleb sent me a TurboGrafx 16, guys. He gave me that. I never got to show it yet. He gave me that for 10 years on the show. Has TurboGrafx 16. Victory Run, which is fun. Not everybody loves it. Super Darius, great. And even the Turbo Tap is under there. And look at that, y'all. I got the freaking rental case for it. The Wild Man gave me a rental case for it. I was like, are you sure you want to do that, man? He's like, absolutely, let's do it. So I'm super stoked. After I got that, I was feeling the turbo bug. By the way, I was doing like a light jog before this, so I'm out of breath. I probably should have waited. I got the Duo RX down here. It's all set up too and playable. This is the Japanese TurboGrafx CD. I think the CDs are region free, but then the cards themselves, like these, are not, or vice versa, but it looks great on this screen. Right now though, I got some Sparkster playing. So beautiful right there. Okay, let's move on to this pile of doom that just is staring at me. Again, some of this stuff we love, some of it we want to keep, some of it we aren't keeping. It's just, I was like, hey, this is a good time for me to show you guys all this cool stuff. So recent pickups back here. I think that's a television. I'm not the greatest with older consoles. My mother-in-law actually picked that up for me. And yeah, she was like, I found this at a garage sale for like 20 bucks with all this. Check this out. Look at this big stack of games. There's like a million. I mean, it's nothing that's gonna blow your mind. There's like some Donkey Kongs and Froggers, but you know, some of the good schnitzels that people like. Staring at me in the eyes right here, just peering at my face, is these. All the Deke Mario episodes that are being sent out to be scanned. Oh my gosh, guys, there is so much interest going for these right now. It's almost near impossible to keep up. Oh, look at this. A little Carmen Sandiego cell just peeking out right there. I think there's another one right here too. Yeah, look at this one. Ooh, let's take a peek at that. Move it, GameCube, you swine. We don't need you. Just kidding, we love you, GameCube. Oh, sorry, Cocoon, but look at this. I know, guys, sorry. I wasn't keeping this one in the best shape, but look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, and I think there's a little art in the back too. Oh yeah, kind of. Oh no, it's like the etching, the sketchy etchy, but my gosh, just so pretty, so cool. Still in awe about those finds, by the way. We'll say it while we're at it. Look at this Cocoon. I know not all of you are into VHS, but if you are, this is like an old mom and pop rental store. They had it in one of these like really cool, like rental. Oh no, the label just came off. Dang it. It's not funny. What the heck is going on here? I really don't like that I just did that, to be honest. All right, guys, here's another update on these things. These were kind of an interesting thing on our show for a while. Some people were talking about them. Was these band shirts from UTG. Yeah, it's a little dirty. The Pokemon shirts. So I'll move the scenery out here just so you guys can see. We showed these a little while ago, and there was a sold listing for one of these at $750 on eBay. But there was also some listings at like 300 or 400, and then there was even people putting out listings at like 16 bucks, 17 bucks. But the story is that these were banned. It was a competition for some Pokemon designs, and this won. But what happened is it got recalled because apparently this was just a stolen design from like a Chinese phone cover or something. So they banned the design and recalled them. So it sold for a lot of money, at least one of them did. But even the ones that are like selling for like 15 bucks right now, I'm questioning if those are like bootlegs or if they're real or authentic. I know this one apparently is authentic. It has like the markings down here and stuff. I don't know, that one's still kind of like a little bit of a mystery for us. Like, what is the actual information about these things? We don't know. Don't have all the answers, but still really cool. Ooh, here we go. I just got done making the thumbnail for the episode where we found the Double Dragon binder, wherever it is. I think it's that one right there. But Ricky's got his Double Dragon backpack right here. Yes, some of this stuff is Ricky's. Ricky has his stuff sitting here. We got too much stuff. One of my favorite items down here, I call him Hoku. Some people call him Gomer. This was an old episode find that I think Ricky's finally selling. By the way, most of this stuff is here because most of it's going to be sold, not all of it. But again, we don't have room. Even with my multiple game rooms and different offices, I still don't have room for everything. That's just part of life. But I have the best stuff I've ever had in my life, but just curated to what I like. Look at it. Hoku or Gomer. What would you guys call him if it was up to you? Look at that. Look at that tail. It's so sexy. What else has Ricky got in here? What? Why is this even here, Ricky? Why would you even bring this to my house? Ooh, clothing people who love clothing. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this in Ricky's stack and he was like, hey, I'm selling this, I was like, are you sure? Hey, look at this. It's a really cool. I think it's vintage. 8-bit goodness power up NES Classic original flavor, or maybe it was from when they made the NES Classic, or just calling it like the NES Classic, like they would like old soda pops, like Coke Classic or something like that. You know what I'm saying, Vern? All right, here was an item I thought was really cool when Ricky picked it up. We didn't talk about it that much on the episode. Come to find out, they're pretty expensive. It's like the GameCube indigo looking like speaker setup. You set your GameCube, wow, I have a GameCube right there. You set your GameCube right on top. I know, guys, look at how I'm looking at stuff. How disgraceful is this? That's what I was saying. The problem is when there's just too much stuff and you can't keep as much as you want to keep and you're trying to move items and all that and keep the collection going. But there it is. The GameCube goes on there, hooks up to the speakers right here on the sides, put the GameCube on top. And after we got these, I think Ricky got it for like $5, and then we quickly realized after, we're like, oh crap, these things hold some value. So really cool. There was a really good review online somewhere of it. Just thought it was super interesting. Another item, which I see it pretty often, we picked up recently, was, I'm gonna try to move Cherry right here without knocking stuff over. Some Pokemon shorts that my wife found at the swap meet and picked up. The Atari 2600 in the box. Every time I see the boxes, they're like beat to crap. So this one looking like that is actually pretty nice for me to see. Really happy to see it in that condition, and I picked it up. Next item that I thought was worth mentioning, I'm putting out a YouTube short on it. I don't know if anybody saw it yet or if it even went out yet, just because our schedule is crazy. But a while ago, I picked up these Brave Little Toaster Goes to School. And they're not like VHSs, they're more like the master VHSs, like editing VHSs. There's these two which say they're the final pick up here, like they're the final movie. But what was interesting is I looked online about Brave Little Toaster Goes to School, and what I ended up finding out is, after doing some research, and it seems to be accurate, that Brave Little Toaster Goes to School never was released. It was released as either a different Brave Little Toaster, like with a different name, or it was just canceled altogether. So regardless, to hold this, like the editing copy of it, is pretty dang wild to me because, again, this was basically not released either as the name Brave Little Toaster Goes to School, or this movie was just never released. I think the YouTube short that I made is called like Disney, I have your canceled movie, do you want this back? Or something like that, something kind of pushing them to be like, I don't think you know how cool this thing is that I actually have. So next thing that I picked up, again, tons of stuff. I just love that I get to show you guys all my stuff in kind of a different fashion. These right here, my gosh, I still haven't caught my breath yet from doing my jog earlier. American Gladiators, vintage. If you guys ever saw them bring it back, it wasn't the best. Hey, look, there's me NBA Jam. I have ADD, guys. There's Zap right there and the red Challenger. I know Malibu personally. Do they have Malibu back here? I don't see him. Oh, he's not cool anymore. Like, see, I don't like this. I don't like that there's just stuff on the floor sitting here like, like I have no respect for collecting. I know. Okay, I'll show one more thing and then tell you guys another thing we're picking up just to kind of give you guys a heads up as to what's to come, because there's something big again coming, a big pickup coming soon. But now, okay, I'll show this. I debated. Hanging on my wall is my Contra 35th anniversary Contra 3, the Alien Wars freaking skateboard. I love this thing. Lighting is horrible right now, but there it is. I ordered it through limited run and it finally showed up. It was taking forever to get here. I ordered it a very long time ago and was so stoked when it showed up. Beautiful and thankful to have it. Just one of those pieces. Okay, last thing. A while ago, Ricky picked up a Sonic the Hedgehog and a Tails statue. He picked one up in a video recently. Check it out if you didn't see it. It's pretty obvious in the thumbnail which video it is. They were super rare. Everybody was wanting. I'm like, oh my gosh, I own a store. I want these for display. Ricky paid a good amount of money for them. People were offering us crazy money for them. We got a hold of another one, but just Tails. We got a hold of just Tails from the same person who had them before. They had multiple. They were from an old abandoned warehouse that they knew, from a place that apparently did like conventions and stuff. A person that used to help out with conventions like for Sega. So with that, I'm gonna zoom into Robotnik so it's relative to what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be getting a Tails Sega statue, a giant one. And if I have to be honest, I don't think I'm keeping it. I think I'm strictly buying it for my friend Chris at Retro Games Plus. He's the one who got my Nintendo, World of Nintendo, Nintendo headquarters cabinets. So he has some really cool display in his new store, and I was like, dude, why don't we just pick it up for you, help you out with it. I know he's been wanting them, and a lot of other people have too as well. So super awesome and stoked. All right, guys, wish me luck, because I need to like redo this. I made my wife a garden a while ago, and it looks pretty poopy now.